Welcome to local lectures. This is Dharmaji. Today our concept is thermodynamic cycle. If the initial and the final states of the system is same, then that processes are called thermodynamic cycle. Thermodynamic cycle or thermodynamic process cycle. Thermodynamic process cycle. If the initial and the final states of the system is same, then that processes are called the thermodynamic cycle or simply called as thermodynamic process cycle. For example, I want to draw PV diagram. On y-axis I have taken pressure, on x-axis I have taken volume. If the condition of the system changes from state 1 to state 2 by the expansion process, from state 1 to state 2, expansion process. So this process is expansion process. And again the condition of system, again it regain its initial state from state 1 to from state 2 to state 1 by the process of compression. This is compression process. By the compression process. So here this is state 1, this is state 2. The system changes from state 1 to state 2 by the expansion process. So the properties are the values for the properties are changes from state 1 to state 2 by using the by the expansion process. From the state 2, the system again it regains its initial position, initial values, initial condition of the system, that is state 1, by the compression process. This type of process is called thermodynamic cycle. Why? Because already I have stated here the initial means state 1, final state, that is state 1. That means the initial and the final states are same. So this type of processes is called thermodynamic cycle, and also it is simply called as thermodynamic process cycle. So to get more clarity, I want to explain the thermodynamic cycle by using the animation.
The figure displayed on the board is piston and cylinder arrangement. Let us assume compressed air is a system. Initial condition of the system is state 1. The condition of system at state 1 is pressure P1 and volume V1. The condition of system changes from state 1 to state 2 by expansion process about pressure P2, volume V2. Again, the condition of the system changes from state 2 to state 1 by the compression process to attain the initial condition of the system, so that the initial and final condition of the system are same. That is, the state 1 is the initial and final condition of the system. So that this is called thermodynamic cycle or thermodynamic process cycle. The graph is drawn between pressure and volume of the system on the board.
Next concept is quasi-static process. Quasi-static process. Firstly, what is quasi-static process? Okay, quasi-static process is a process and it it gains thermodynamic equilibrium at each and every finite position from the state 1 to state 2. That type of process is called quasi-static process. It is a quasi-static process is nothing but it is a process for attain maximum work given to the system or by the system. Given to the system or by the system. So, to attain maximum work, there are some assumptions are there. Those assumptions are from the infinite number of stages are considered between state 1 to state 2. Means initial state to final state, we just consider infinite number of stages between state 1 to state 2. And another thing is the system should be in thermodynamic equilibrium at each stage from state 1 to state 2. and it takes infinite time to complete the process. To complete the process. To complete the process is called quasi-static process. Is called quasi-static process. Is called quasi-static process. Actually, quasi-static process is for attain maximum work done by the system or given to the system. So, to attain these two expectations, from the initial state, means state 1 to state 2, we consider infinite number of stages between the state 1 to state 2. And another important thing is the process not completed in the single stage, that means in a fraction of seconds, not fast here. Okay, the process goes step by step, means from state 1 to state 2 there are infinite number of stages are there. At each stage the system will come to the thermodynamic equilibrium. So to complete state 1 to state 2, to complete the process, it takes infinite time. It takes infinite time. So then only it is possible to attain maximum work given to the system or done by the system. So this type of process is called quasi-static process. In this figure, this is cylinder and this gas is considered as system, and to maintain pressure P1, volume V1 inside the cylinder, I placed placed piston over the system or inside the cylinder to maintain pressure P1 and volume V1. Just I placed dead weights on the piston. These are the stoppers to stop the motion of piston at reaches its maximum position. Okay. So for example, I want to draw graph between pressure and volume. This is the PV diagram. I have taken pressure on the y-axis and I have taken volume on the x-axis. Okay. For example, if I removed all these dead weights in a single step, then the piston reaches from state 1 to state 2 within the fraction of time, seconds. So that means it reaches, for example, state 2. State 2 means it reaches a stopper. That means here the volume increases from state 1 to state 2 and pressure decreases from state 1 to state 2. So this point is state 2, represents state 2, state 2. State 2. This process is called expansion process. Expansion process. Simply, we call it as expansion process, but we don't name it as a quasi-static process. Why? Because here the system changes its condition from state 1 to state 2 within the fraction of seconds. So that's why I simply written here as this process is expansion process simply. But this is P2, this is V2. When coming to quasi-static process, the system changes state 1 to state 2 not in a single step. It changes from state 1 to state 2 by dividing this path into number of in the infinite number of parts. That means if I split these dead weights into infinite parts. For example, if I removed first dead weight, so this piston moves one step upward. By the removing of one dead weight. For example, if I remove this dead weight, first dead weight, the piston moves upward. One step nearer to the state 2, but not reached to the state 2. So for example, it reaches here. Again, it comes to the thermodynamic equilibrium, and then this system properties, will change. For example, Roman number 1. Change Roman number 1. So pressure slightly decreases, volume slightly increases. So for example, it reaches here. This is first step. Again, I removed second. I removed second dead weight. So the piston slightly moves upward. That means like this. Slightly moves upwards. Again, it comes to the thermodynamic equilibrium. Again, the system changes its properties like pressure and volume. Again, pressure become P Roman number 2, P suffix Roman number 2, and volume will become V suffix Roman number 2. This means the pressure slightly decreases and volume slightly increases. It attains second part. This is the second part. I removed third dead weight and I got here. That means here I got pressure values and volume values of the system. And again I removed fourth. This is third, fourth, and so on. I removed going and infinite. Finally, I reached state 2. Here, I reached state. The system reached state 1 to state 2, not in a single step. Here, the system changes between state 1 to state 2 by the infinite number of from the infinite number of positions, and it comes thermodynamic equilibrium at every stage of stage at every stage. So to complete this process, state 1 to state 2, it takes infinite number of seconds. It takes infinite number of seconds. So it is a very slow process. This type of process is called quasi-static process. The important note for the quasi-static process. Quasi-static process is not applicable for the practical applications. Why? Because in the quasi-static process, to complete the process, it takes infinite seconds of time. So it is an hypothetical concept. It is only assumed for to obtain the maximum work, which is maybe given to the system, or which is maybe given by the system. The next concept is reversible process. Reversible process. Reversible process. Reversible process is a process to change the condition of system from state 1 to state 2. State 1 to state 2. State 2. State 2 by the process A, and the condition of system comes back to its original, to its initial state, by the process B, by following same path, by the following same path. This means reversible process is a process to change the condition of system from state 1 to state 2 by the process A, and the condition of system comes back to its initial state by the process B by the following same path as followed by the process A. If I draw graph between pressure and volume. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. On y-axis, I have taken pressure of the system. On x-axis, I have taken volume of the system. Volume of the system. For example, if the condition of a system at initial state is state 1. Initial state is state 1. This is state 1. State 1. If the condition of system changes from state 1 to state 2 by the process A, by the process A. For example, the condition of the system changes from state 1 to state 2. For example, this is state 2. By the process A. This is path. This is path. After that, the condition of the system at state 2, it regains its original position. It regains its original initial condition by the process B. By the process B in the same path. In the same path. But but opposite in direction. If you observe this graph, the direction of process are different, opposite in nature. But the following path is same. Following path is same. This phenomena is called reversible process. This phenomena is called reversible process. Conditions for reversible process. First condition is the processes should be quasi-static process. Quasi-static processes. Second condition is the process should be free from friction. Free from friction. Okay. And third condition is, this is the last condition, no heat loss during process. The important note for reversible process. Note. Notice, reversible process is a theoretical process. theoretical process. That is not applicable for actual applications. Reversible process is a theoretical process that is not an practically applicable. Why? Because this is an hypothetical concept. Why? Because the quasi-static process is an hypothetical concept. At the same time, free from friction. Free from friction means zero friction. Zero friction is an hypothetical concept because it is not possible to reduce the friction about zero. At the same time, no heat loss during the process is also very typical concept. So overall, the reversible process is only the theoretical process. That means hypothetical concept. Only it is an assumption. Next concept is irreversible process. Irreversible process. Firstly, what is an irreversible process? For example, if I draw graph between pressure and volume, for example, on the y-axis I have taken pressure, on the x-axis I have taken volume of the system. For example, I have taken pressure on the y-axis and the volume of the system on the x-axis. For example, the condition of a system at initial state is called state 1. For example, the condition of system state 1 here, state 1. Condition of the system changes from state 1 to state 2 by the process A. By the process A. This is state 2 by the process A. This is process A. And this is path. After that, the condition of the system at state 2 again is regains its initial state from state 2 to state 1 by the process B. By the process B. But the process follows a different path from the process A. Different path from the process A. This why? Because there are several considerations are there. In actual condition, if we consider cylinder and piston arrangement, if we consider two processes, first one is compression process and maybe that is process B, and expansion process, that is maybe process A. The friction takes place between the friction is between the cylinder and inside the cylinder and the piston rings. So that's why it is impossible to follow the same path that is existed in the process A. It follows a different path. The process B follows different path. Why? Because there is a friction between rubbing surfaces, sliding surfaces. That's why, of course, processors, the processor 2, process A and process B, and states are the initial state and final states are same, but the process following, what are the process are there here, those are follows different paths. That concept is called irreversible process. Irreversible process. The causes for the irreversible process is only, the reason is, first one is friction, second one is heat loss during the process, and third one is it is an actual process. It is not an quasi-static process. It is not an quasi-static process. Understand? So, it is the process, it is the process it regains its initial condition, initial condition by the different paths that are followed by processes are simply called irreversible process, are simply called irreversible process.